Okay, so what I want to do in this last little section is address something that, is near and dear to Tim's heart, because I don't know, I've struggled with depression and anxiety and tried all different kinds of treatments. Right now I'm doing TMS, and as a part of that, I'm doing this thing with Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Yourself. You don't have to like it, but this is what I want to base this part on. And it's based on this idea. A thought is just a thought. But a thought starts to create reality, just like I've been mentioning before. And so if I tell myself a lie big enough and I keep saying it over and over and over, then I will become to believe it. Now, I stole Joseph Goebbels', quote. I just substituted me, for other people. Now, Joseph Goebbels does this in Nazi Germany, is able to, brainwash this whole society, but I brainwash myself. And what is the lie? There is only one lie. I hope you don't tell yourself this lie, but there's only one lie that most people tell themselves. I don't want to start crying yet. I'm not good enough. I came here to say, fuck that bullshit. You know what I mean? But this is the lie I tell myself over and over and over. I'm 54. I hope you haven't been telling yourself this lie. Because it ain't right. It just ain't right. You've been brainwashing yourself. And take it from the Jedi Master of brainwashing himself with this lie. See, it becomes like I become a prisoner of my own thoughts. I make this thought prison that I have to live in. God damn it, I didn't think I would cry. But I didn't know I created it because I kept telling myself this lie, I'm not good enough, over and over and over and over for years and years and years. And see, when you get that in your head, I'm not good enough, and I don't know where it comes from. Louise Hay says, well, it could come from the home you grew up in. I don't want to go there yet. It could come from some of your teachers in the schools and what they said about you. Or it could even come from the church you grew up in. But all these things tend to help brainwash you, and you do too, and then you start seeking some medicine for that struggle. You know what I'm talking about, right? Because it's getting fucking real right now. And you start seeking that medicine to make that feeling go away. You just want it to go away. And a lot of times I seek it in these kinds of ways: sex or drugs or alcohol, or it could be shopping, not for me necessarily. I mean, I buy electronic gadgets, but attention and achievement, I'm going to get into these two. And those become temporary medicines, just like a big pharma medicine that doesn't really take away my struggle. Because these are what Tim calls the false prophets. If you believe in that, just go to the church of sex or the church of drugs or the church of big pharma or attention or money. Just go to those churches. See, they ain't going to fix my problem. They ain't going to fix what Tim got. See, are you a human being or a human doing? We're supposed to be this. But I kept thinking with achievement and attention, if I could just achieve enough things. I was valedictorian. I was an Eagle Scout. Went through, graduated with honors, then got my PhD, then did a postdoctoral fellowship, then, eventually this didn't do any good. It wouldn't fix it. That medicine wouldn't work. See, because you have worth already. No matter what you do in life, you can't do enough to make that different. It's not what you do, it's who you already are. It's the essence of who you are. And this is what Tim came to planet Earth to tell you, is this right here. See, because that's just a thought. Just a fucking thought that you're not good enough. That's just a thought. And you see, it becomes a prison sometimes. But the good news, and I have some good news about it, is you have a key. And the key is called self-love. It's the only way out of that prison. You can try the false prophets, but they're not going to work. And you have to start telling yourself something better. That you are good enough. and you don't have to do anything to be good enough. You see, some of y'all might have grown up with a God that told you this, that you're not good enough and you're going to hell. I'm going to burn you in a lake of fire, because that's what I grew up with. I didn't understand no different. See, God is unconditional love. That's all he is. 100% unconditional love. You have always and always will be good enough. Always. And so the way that I'm going to kind of wrap it up today is with Mr. Rogers. You don't ever have to do anything sensational for people to love you. You've always been good enough. And you might not be Christian like me, but that's the good news, because there's a new covenant, because it is finished. The old covenant, where I have to do a lot of stuff to earn daddy's or God's love, that's done. Fuck that bullshit. There's a new covenant, and in this covenant, you're good enough.